Hi again, this is Ben Larkham from experttabletennis.com, and today's video is Sam playing a couple of matches against Dan, his flatmate. Dan's one of the white. So I just thought I'd watch this along, have a little chat about how Sam's doing, what he's doing well, what he could maybe improve. Hopefully you can learn something from that. So one thing Sam's improved a lot recently is his backhand flick. So you've seen him use it twice there, so he's using his wrist a lot better in matches, whereas before he would have just stuck his bat in the way. There he's doing kind of like a side spin and top spin serve that's worked quite well. Done it again. Now the only problem with that is that if the serve is misread and it's pushed, then Sam's going to get a high ball that's kind of floaty that he needs to deal with, which maybe he's going to struggle with. Now that one he hasn't quite got down and spun that up, so he's made the right decision, but then his execution wasn't quite there. That's a better one. Again, misread, came up in the air, but Sam managed to put it away with his backhand. Same thing again, but he's just slightly messed up on the finish shot. Another strong backhand return. He stepped in very nice for that forehand push on the return of serve, but I don't think he quite got out fully afterwards. Good serve, nice to see him mixing it up because he's done a lot of these ones here. But saying that, every time he does that serve, Dan is plonking it up into his backhand, so it makes sense that he's going to keep doing it. That's a very good point. So he's done an excellent return of service there using his wrist, and then he's stepped around so that he can play his forehand from the middle. That's kind of the perfect point that we're looking for, really. Not sure what he was doing there. Long serve, probably should have attacked it. Good, getting lots of practice at attacking with his backhand. Dan's tried something different there, putting him a bit wider. Sam hasn't quite recovered and got over. Lucky there. He didn't quite get his wrist going properly in that return compared to the other ones that he's done. That's a very nice one. See, and he looked ready for the fourth ball as well. So when you see that kind of thing, Sam attacking the serve and then hitting the fourth ball, he looks very strong. Okay, see Dan's struggling with his serve, so he's tried to do something different. Hasn't paid off that time. Sam's going to keep using it. I think what happens a bit more in this game is Dan's getting more backspin on Sam's topspin serve, which is making it a lot more difficult for Sam to hit the third ball. Dan gets a massive shot coming up soon, so keep your eyes out for that. Right, so that's quite typical Sam. So he gets a decent shot, but then he assumes that it's not going to come back, and then when Dan does return it, he's in trouble. That was a good serve that he just didn't finish. This could be a good one. No, it might be this one coming up now. Look at Dan's massive shot. No, it's not that one. So we're still working on Sam kind of returning spin serves. See, like even then Dan put a bit of side spin on, Sam pushed it off the edge. He hasn't completely understood how to respond to all the different spins. Gets an edge. That was a pretty decent serve and shot by Dan. Sam getting a little bit defensive in this game. He seems to be just trying to keep the ball on. That was probably high enough that he could have attacked it. That's pretty decent serve and slap by Dan. not sure what Sam was doing there. Should have kind of got through that rather than trying to lift it up. That's a decent serve, it's been working for him, so he can use it again. And then I like that because he actually, instead of blasting the ball, decided to take it a little bit later and spin it up. Now I think he let down the track there by being a little bit soft himself. Should have put that forehand away like he was doing in the first game. It's not a bad touch. He's trying to keep it short, so finally looking to do that. He's kind of run away from that ball and ended up reaching for it. He should have stayed up to the table. Bit lucky there with a missed serve. They're in juice now. Sam pushing off the edge. I think he doesn't have loads of feeling on his pushes. That's what I told him there, is that he's pushing kind of with his whole arm rather than with his wrist. There he's gone for a forehand flick with the bat up like a lollipop, which isn't going to help. I think he could kind of beat Dan just by pushing, but that's not really the way that we want him to play. He's definitely still struggling with high balls, so we're going to need to do a bit more work on that. You would have seen lots of videos Sam missing the kind of high shots. It's not a bad return. This could be the last point, I think. Yeah, he's put that away into his body, which I quite like, instead of going cross court. Okay, he wins with some pushing. Well, that should give you kind of a rough indication of how Sam's coming along. He needs kind of a bit more confidence when it comes to attacking himself, but I think he's doing alright, he's on the right track, and it's good to see that he's kind of getting there slowly and understanding the game a bit more.